Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be a real easy, simple video on how to diagnose a bad carburetor. This is a two-stroke on my Mantis tiller, and I'm going to show you what's been going on. And I got another carburetor because I will not rebuild a Zama carburetor with wing parts. So I ordered the carb kit. And you know what? It's almost the same price as a new carb, a wing carb. So I got one of them too. We're going to experiment with that today. I'm going to show you what's going on here, and I'm going to show you how simple this little diagnostic tip is, where you can diagnose whether you need to have your carburetor rebuilt, or you can take a chance, like I'm going to do today, and put on an $18 carburetor. And this one here I picked up off of Amazon. And we're going to see how it goes. But let's take you off the tripod here first, and I'll show you exactly what's going on and how you can diagnose a two-stroke carburetor problem before you ever have to actually start doing anything. Okay, so here's the Mantis tiller, and it's a very simple design. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how to diagnose this real fast, because, well, I ran into this problem so many times on two-strokes that it applies to pretty much every engine I've ever worked on when it's got a primer bulb. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this cover off. This is just a little bit of a filter in behind here. I'll take the cover off and I'll show you how easy it is to diagnose when you need a new carb kit, or if you want to try putting on one of these carbs. So these are the tools I got today. This is all I'm going to need. And I'll explain why I have the spark plug ratchet out there. And this is the spark plug right there, 3/4 inch. So let's take this off first, and then let's get to it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that you have to do is, well, you're going to have to fish out the filter and the fuel line, because the inlet to the carburetor is lower than here, so it'll just siphon all the fuel out. So that's the first thing that I do. Okay, so let's just show you how easy it is to take this carb apart. And next thing I do is I'm going to take the line off here for the throttle, and that's easy enough to do. And you'll see on your carb, it just slips right in there. You can't make a mistake doing it, right? Okay, next thing we're going to do is just going to take and loosen these up a bit. And these are the only two fasteners that hold this carburetor on. And this is a real easy carb to change. But I want to show you first, while I got this down a bit, the reason why this is no good is because watch when I press down on this primer bulb. You see that? I'll do it again. It takes forever to get up, and the problem is that there is no actual flow. The fuel line is on the bottom, and it discharges through this line here back into the tank, the excess. So it took about maybe 30 plunges to get fuel inside of there. And when you're getting like that, you know that the carb is plugged up. Plus, after pulling it for a while, you check the plug, and guess what? There's no fuel on the spark plug. You ain't gonna fire this without any fuel. So the carb is pretty well plugged right up. So I don't go past that point right there. I know that it needs to be rebuilt. Or we can experiment like we're going to do today and put this rebuilt, I don't even know if they're new, to tell you the truth, these carbs that you get from Wing, but they're all like made in China stuff. I don't know if they're built from like maybe recycled scrap iron. I'm not too sure, but I don't have much confidence in them. And you know what? Maybe I should, but I don't. So I'll just finally take this out here. And these two will be the only ones that are holding anything in. They're quite long. There, okay, they're out. Okay, so I should be able to just take this right out. Okay, so here's the carburetor here. And you can see this is where the throttle went on here. You just slide it over and it just fits in this key here. So we'll take the bottom one off and the fuel should come out. If I can pull it off. Okay, see how it's not coming out siphoning all the time? And I'll take this one off here. There we go. So here's the carb right here. And this is a Zama. And I will not put, you know, wing-wang parts on this. I'll get the proper carb kit. And let's take a look at the new one and see what we got. Okay, so here's the new one right here. And I'm going to put this one on. And it didn't come with any gaskets or anything. But you could see the old gasket is sitting right on there. And there's no other gaskets. It's only this one right here. So I'm going to install this because you already know what it looks like, right? I'm going to install it and then we'll prime it up and we'll see exactly if this is going to run or whether I'm going to have to wait a couple of weeks for the real parts to rebuild the OEM carb. So I'll bring you back when this is on. Okay, so I got you pretty well zoomed in there. Got the carburetor on. Took about 2 minutes. And so let me just see what's it's going to take to get the fuel going in this. Now that was fast. You can see the fuel will be going through here, back into the tank. Okay, there you go. I'm going to put this outside. I'll put the air filter cover back on. And you know what? We're going to take a chance and we're going to see whether this thing is actually going to work or not. So bear with me. And I'll just fish this thing back on there. There it is. And we're going to go out and we're going to see whether this thing fires up or not. Okay, so I got you in the garage here, pointed to the outside on the lawn. So let's go out there. Let's see if this thing fires up. I'm not expecting too much, but if she fires up, I'd be happy. So I only primed it about 2 times. We'll just leave it like that. I got the choke on. Ignition is on. Let's go. Holy crap, I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Well, I'll tell you something. I'm pretty shocked. That was the first pull. So, yeah, I'm tickled pink here now. And I will be rebuilding this one here anyways the next couple of weeks when I get the parts. And I don't think anybody wants to see me how to rebuild one of these. But, you know, there's a million videos on rebuilding these. They're very simple, very easy to do. And, you know, I first started off not thinking this was going to work out good at all for this video. Because I have tried aftermarket carburetors so many times in the past. And they've been total fails. I don't know how long this was going to last. But I got to get this rototiller going. Because if you've been following the channel, I got well, crazy raccoons around here just tearing up my lawn like you wouldn't believe. So I've been relocating them. So, but I tell you something. This is a shocker for me. I never had much confidence in this wing-wang stuff. But you know what? I'm slowly coming around because if they can build stuff like that for $18 delivered to my door and she fires up on the first pull, like I'm going to have to really test this out and see how it works. Going to be a little bit of adjustment there because I know the idle right away is a little bit too high because the tines keep spinning. But yeah, I'm going to give this a good work over, and if I got any problems at all, I will report back. But until then, I tell you what, the Mantis tiller, she fired on the first pull, and you see how when I primed it, it went down, bang, right back up. And so if you've got one that's going down, you press it down and it takes forever to come back up, well, it's not drawing any fuel through the carburetor or spraying some fuel inside the orifice that's going to go into the engine itself to start on the first try. So thanks for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again and let's have some more fun. Cheers.